Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we are definitely plunging back into those familiar swirling currents of mystery that always seem to surround the Mike's Waffen Facts universe.
It never really stops, does it?
It really doesn't. And now something new has definitely surfaced. A very compelling new track, maybe even a set of tracks, from the ever enigmatic Doza crew.
Right. It's called Die Tänzeldrehung,
Yeah.
Doza Gasbold Mix.
Yeah.
And it's dropped on their Grand Theft Audio series.
And the thing that really grabs you, I mean, beyond the music itself, is the cover art. It's a childhood photo of Mike.
Yeah, apparently one from old studio recordings. The
Yeah.
kind of picture, that he used to get relentlessly teased about.
Exactly. And then the title itself, Doza Gasbold Mix. I mean, it's overtly hinting at Mike's, well, mythic father, Gasbold.
It's quite a package they've put together, isn't it? And for
Mhm.
you, our listener, who's already deep in this whole saga, we know the question isn't just, what does it sound like?
No, it's much deeper. It's what does it actually mean? We're going to skip the MWF 101 today. You're already there with us.
Right. The real question we're wrestling with here is, are these Dozer Crew creations more than music? Are they acting like some kind of number sender?
Like broadcasting coded messages, insights into all the unsettling stuff around Mike and his world.
Precisely. Is it just art or is it something operational?
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then. Let's try to unpack these sonic puzzles, see if we can pull out some real nuggets of knowledge, find some clarity in all the noise.
Especially looking for secrets about Gasbold, right?
Mhm.
And that childhood photo and how it all ties into the transformations we've seen in the MWF universe.
Absolutely. And the Doza crew themselves, they're kind of architects of auditory mystery, aren't they?
That's a great way to put it. They're not just making songs, they are masters of like world building, just using sound. Their music is consistently packed with cryptic texts and symbolism.
Yeah, weaving this whole narrative that always hints at something bigger, something deliberately hidden just beneath the surface.
Exactly. And these aren't just, background tracks for the weirdness.
No way. They seem explicitly designed as sonic puzzles. It feels like they're inviting you, the listener, to actively try and decipher hidden meanings.
Think about Heider Biswalkig, the one with Kyrem. It's described as what? Hypnotic.
Yeah, hypnotic and full of some of their most unsettling texts, their unrigging texts. It feels almost like a warning.
And it's not just the words, is it? There's speculation about hidden frequencies, maybe backward messages, rhythmic patterns.
Right, stuff that if you layer it or speed it up might reveal a tick or some kind of number sequence. They practically dare people to use spectrum analyzers.
Yeah. So if you look at the bigger picture, the music acts like this constant element. It doesn't just accompany the darkness and chaos,
It feels like it offers a path through it, or maybe even a form of resistance.
possibly. It starts to look less like ambiance and more like a deliberate roadmap, a guide maybe to understanding Mike's journey
Yeah.
and, well, his ultimate fate.
And speaking of Mike's journey, Gasbold. We absolutely have to talk about Gasbold, Mike's mythologized father.
Ah, yes, the military legend, whose heroic deeds just got more and more incredible every time Mike mentioned them, right?
Totally. Disarming bombs with gum, fighting crocodiles. Gasbold was always the infallible hero in Mike's stories.
Which really makes you wonder about Mike's view of him. How much was genuine pride and how much was just performance for the audience?
Especially, like you said before, when he'd had a few too many doppelkorn, he often seemed to struggle to tell the difference himself between serious statements and just playing the trickster.
And remember Gasbold's cameo, episode 400, ordering a spy satellite to photograph the studio. In hindsight, that feels like some pretty dark foreshadowing.
Definitely. And now, this new track, Die Tänzeldrehung, it literally puts Gasbold's influence in Mike's personal history with that photo right on the cover.
It's like the Dozer crew is drawing a direct line, isn't it? Connecting Mike's origins explicitly to the chaos that unfolds later.
And that blurring of lines, reality, performance, truth, myth, it gets even more intense when you think about Mike's own trajectory.
Oh yeah, the Dozer crew's music, especially the tracks with Kyrem.
Right, that music seems to directly mirror Mike's own descent into paranoia and instability. It's almost like listening to his inner monologue from those final, really chaotic episodes.
It really is. And remember Rolanka, the old sound engineer, the sort of voice of reason, he was replaced by Kyrem around episode 600.
And after Mike vanished, those voicemails to Ramanka, begging him to come back to the Fleisentusch, hinting at a real crisis.
Exactly. And Mike's documented shift, from his organized Schwattenbunker to a much more chaotic setup that seems reflected in tracks like Wanderer or Cowabunga.
Songs about shedding an old life,
Yeah.
embracing something dangerous and unknown. Yeah, it fits.
But Mike, fundamentally, he was always the trickster, wasn't he? Loved playing with the audience, blurring those lines, enjoying the confusion he caused.
And his obsession with dangerous technologies.
Yeah.
The Solar Soldatenstaffel, particle cannons, the Donner-Kyle satellite weapon.
The G-Man plasma cannon, those Hellard handguns that could supposedly shoot through walls. It makes figuring out their world incredibly hard.
So, was he trying to warn us about something real or just, having a laugh?
Which brings us right back to the core question. Are these tracks actually code? Not just symbolic, but like actual coded messages.
Beyond just the lyrics, the cryptic texts and symbolism seem so fundamental to everything they do.
Right. They feel designed to invite deciphering, not just poetic flourishes, but structured challenges, maybe using techniques like stenography or number station patterns hidden in the sound.
Okay, let's try to unpack some specifics. What about Guten Morgenen on Shine? That pops up a few times, right, in Wanderer and Seeker.
Yeah, it feels like more than just a random German phrase.
So, Guten Morgenen. Could it be a coded way of saying good morning, Morgan? Maybe a contact, an old ally.
Or maybe it signals a new phase, a grim new dawn, perhaps, rather than just hope.
Yeah.
It's deliberately ambiguous.
And then there's Schrips, meaning slightly drunk. That title alone feels pointed.
It really does. Coming from the Doza crew, it could easily be a kind of mocking remark, couldn't it? Suggesting that maybe you, the listener, aren't seeing things straight.
That your perception is the one that's distorted, and that killer line from the track.
Die Welt ist ein Spiegelkabinett voller verzerrter Bilder.
The world is a hall of mirrors full of distorted images.
Wow, that just perfectly captures the whole subjective reality problem in the MWF universe.
It's not just philosophy, is it? It's like a direct challenge.
Yeah.
Can you trust what you think you know? Can you trust your senses?
And this Hall of Mirrors idea ties right into their own commentary for Die Känselwrong. Right, they dropped that phrase. Aus Rauschen eine Botschaft tickiert.
Out of noise, a message is ticked. That sounds very specific. Not just appears or emerges, but ticked.
Exactly, like something being tapped out. Like a number station, but hidden right there in the audio noise.
Combine that with the other cryptic stuff. Schneid euch ein Empfehlersambrech wer wieder regiert, implying some secret group or code.
And that fragment, no WBS on Candlelight, what does that even mean?
It all just screams hidden messages, embedded right there in the chaos and the background noise. They're daring us to listen harder, aren't they?
Absolutely. So putting it all together, maybe the Doza Crew's music really is a kind of roadmap, helping us understand Mike's journey, his fate.
Connecting the dots that Mike himself couldn't seem to articulate clearly anymore in those last days.
Yeah, it's like their attempt to provide some kind of framework,
Yeah.
even if it's a terrifying one.
And that roadmap seems to lead straight back into the really harrowing stuff from Mike's Waffenfax. Tracks like Infekt, Nebelnacht, Schiebis Schreibzug, Schattenwesen.
They don't just tell stories, they depict a chilling sequence, don't they? From a crisis into a full-blown post-apocalyptic world.
A world filled with these zombie-like beings suffering physical and mental decay.
Which connects directly to the horrible disease on Regulus 5 and graft paste, which you could definitely interpret as an information virus, right?
Something that corrupts perception itself, not just the body. Yeah. It's like the Doza Crew isn't just mapping events, they're giving us a kind of psychological profile of Mike's breakdown.
Showing that his descent wasn't random, but maybe a predictable result of this.
Mm-hmm.
This virus eroding his reality episode by episode.
What's really chilling, though, is the unfathomable darkness they hint at in the lyrics.
And Mike supposedly seeing that massive metallic creature with glowing eyes in his last recording, episode 605.
Right. And he even implied his Hellard handguns were somehow resonant with that thing.
Which raises a really disturbing question, doesn't it? Could Mike and Rickard's whole obsession with weapons, their constant glorification of violence, could that have somehow attracted this entity?
Like the chaos they loved wasn't just entertainment, but a kind of beacon.
It's a deeply unsettling thought.
Yeah. So while the music might offer some hope, or at least a path, the whole picture suggests a reality where curiosity can be dangerous.
And the truth might be way more terrifying than you'd expect. Remember that warning we apparently got? from Fidisukenden.
About opening Pandora's box and needing to be ready for what we find. Yeah, I remember.
Speaking of searching,
Yeah.
in our own efforts to, get to the bottom of this, we recently got hold of a new FR5 recording.
Oh, what is it?
It's apparently a live recording from something called a Wave Jam Festival located in the Oktun Triangle. We've been analyzing it, dissecting it.
What are you hearing?
Oh, we're just calling it the sound for now. But it feels like it could be another really critical piece of this whole sonic puzzle, possibly even linked to the Gas Bowl Trail. We were actually just about to try and play a bit for you.
Hang on. Are the lights flickering in here for you too? My main monitor just went dead. That's
Uh,
that's really weird.
yeah, I'm seeing it too. It looks like, hang on, it looks like our main power feed is going down.
Yeah. What on earth? We have backup systems for the backup systems. We've never had a complete power failure like this mid-broadcast.
No, something's definitely happening. This feels, I don't know, connected.
We're losing everything. Audio levels dropping, video feeds gone.
Yeah, all systems are failing. We can't continue like this. It's impossible.
Okay. Looks like we have to abort this deep dive right now. This is unprecedented.
We'll try to figure this out and get back online as soon as we possibly can.
Until then, stay curious, keep questioning, and always, always seek the truth. This is the deep dive signing off. Unexpectedly.